Morning, guys. So it's Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Here in Rusty, Rhode Island, we're in the greenhouse. So I put in, I'm going to try putting in some early. I put my tomatoes in. I put in some broccoli. And I put in some green beans. Just got to be careful walking over here. So, nothing in here. Cucumbers and tomatoes are going to go in these two bins. I got broccoli here. And I'm going to get some stuff started early out here. So I brought out this 10-volt battery charger and my timer. And that's going to power the pump. So I'll just give you a peek at the pump. Let me just set this down here. Let's see. It's over here. So you might recognize this pump. It's 12 volt. Came out of the Impala's fuel tank, and I've turned it into a pump for my solar panels. So I'm going to hook it up, and I'll give you a demonstration on how it works. Let me just get set up here. So I've hooked the 12 volt power source up to the pump. And I'll show you. I set it up so a little bit of the pressure bleeds off, because I just want it to still got a bit of an air bubble in there. Let it build up. Just starting to drip now. I want the water to move through, not too quickly though. And I'm kicked through, so it's starting to go now. See how fast that water's running? There's still a few air bubbles in there. I just drained the hose. So that's about how fast the water's going through. And the water travels through all three panels. The sun's hitting it from about 10 till around 3 a.m. So I got that timer that I'll set up. I gotta tape all these wires up and everything. Make sure everything's secure and I'm not tripping over it. But that little timer right there will turn it on and off. I'm gonna secure all this. I'm gonna put this charger and the timer in a box. Get it off the floor. I'm very careful about water and electricity, although I didn't go to school for it. I read a lot of books, and that's kind of how I learned about things about like electricity, how AC electricity works, and how to wire houses and stuff. Remember them Time Life books? I had the whole set, carpentry, plumbing. Had people make jokes about them, but man, they were good books. They had all the current codes at the time. Let's get out of the greenhouse. So I'm hoping we get enough sunshine today. I can run that. If we don't, it's going to go down to 20 tonight, 29 tonight. I may put my little electric space heater in there and just put like a bucket over the plants. I've got quite a few buckets I can just put over the plants just to keep the heating from the ground. I don't know, 29's not too bad. And it's only in the morning probably, but it's enough to kill the plants if you're not careful. Going up into the garage here. Still got the 48 in. Let me just get set up. So I went over and got rivets yesterday. I could not find... I went to 2 different stores and I couldn't find the damn copper rivets. I'm not sure why. Just said they were out of stock. I got white rivets and I used my paint. So I got a rivet. I got to do a little cleanup around it where I was sloppy. And I still got a couple more coats. And I just take my little, sand that a little bit. Be looking pretty sharp. You always want to make it look like everything's rusting into what you, kind of like the, I'll show you over here what I mean. This really blends the effect in. Use old rusty screws, and they just kind of bleed down the rust. See how it's bled in? Get the right light. See how the T is kind of rusted a little bit? That's groaning. You know, I painted these white, but the patina bled through, and now they look like they've been there a long time. That's kind of the idea of my patina paint. Takes a little time though. You gotta leave it out in the weather a little bit. Let the weather beat on it. So it's a semi-natural. All right, guys. You see what's going on here? I got the 48 in. Still didn't check the timing, but I'm going to today. I was fooling around with some other stuff. I made sure that all of my because I basically bolted a bunch of rust together and welded a bunch of rust together. I like to make sure that the engine, the body, the frame, all have no resistance. When I check with my ohm meter between the negative side of that battery, if I touch this bolt right here, I don't want any resistance. So I make sure that all of the body parts are properly grounded, because like my headlights tie right here to the body. So if my body has resistance between here and the negative side of the battery, then my headlights are not going to shine as bright as they should. So that's all the little things I always make sure are correct. When I build these, I put in plenty of grounds where I've tied the battery right to the firewall, and then the fenders and the frame, the engine are all tied together with body straps. It's important. Out from Rusty, Rhode Island, I need a good body strap. Later, guys. See you all on Bad Chat.